is another day in the village, right? We had some rain, and after the rain we are getting a lot of weeds. Let me show you some weeds. You can see over there is a lot of little tiniest green things starting all through the potato field. So yeah, the weeds are starting, even though potatoes are not yet showing up. Okay. Some of those are actually edible. Like this tiny thing I got over here. Right. In the spring, when the temperatures are more European, let's call it, when the temperatures are lower and the humidity is higher and there is more rain, you do get more of the wild greens. They are called horta in Greek. And they are very popular boiled and treated as a salad or side dish. So what we have here, we have some carrots. They do not have a lot of weeds, since I'm very peculiar about cleaning it and keeping it as well maintained as I can. So it only needs a little bit. The carrots are doing great. I was unsure if you can actually grow carrots here, given that I have pretty poor soil, and given that we have the weather we have. But it seems the carrots are actually doing quite well. They are not the straightest and most European carrots, but they are very tasty nonetheless, even if not very big. So yeah, those celeries, if I remember correctly, those are the root celeries, but at this point I am really not sure. It can be anything, and you know, as probably every gardener ever, I plant stuff without describing what I'm planting, because you know, I will remember, right? Like, I will know what this is. Yeah, every single time it happens that I don't remember what I planted. So what we have over here, actually we have unidentified thing, right? I bought some cabbages from Geoponos, the gardening store. I got some cabbages like this one over here, which actually goes to the flower, into the flower. It's gonna bloom, but okay. And I also got this thing, and I honestly have no clue what this beautiful thing is. I suspect it might be a cauliflower or broccoli. I have really no idea, but the thing is that slugs are not so interested in it. Only the bottom leaves are a bit eaten, and other than that, it's just beautiful leaves and a little head forming inside, but there is nothing indicating what plant is this huge thing. So for sure this is not Brussels sprout, since those ones tend to have longer stems, right? And the little Brussels sprouts will grow at each node, I guess is the word. So yeah, I really don't know what this will be, and we will see when it gets a bit bigger, I guess. In the meantime, let's clean up a little bit of the parsley that I have over there. Once again, I have no idea if the parsley I planted is the root parsley, the parsnip, or if it is just the leaf parsley. So time will tell. Let's clean it a bit. Similar as before, I'm trying my best to keep weeds in check. There is still a little bit that can be taken out, but it's nothing too crazy. So even though other parts of the garden look like absolute disaster, my favorite plants are still getting a decent growing conditions. So yeah, here we go. I actually really hope that I will have enough parsley. I also put some seeds to sprout in the little cups. So my hope is to get enough to be able to dry it and then to use it whole year, since at this point, what do we have? We have 1st of March today, and I am almost completely out of the dried parsley from last year, meaning that I did not get enough. So I'm really hoping that this year I can get more serious amount of it. Okay, that looks ready, kinda. Okay. That will do. So the next thing I wanted to show you, give a little update on, are my lettuces. I have absolutely no luck and no success with growing lettuce from seed. So I did what, well, everyone would do in this situation. I went to the gardening store, our geoponus, or like a, let's call it a farming store to feel more villagey. Hello. So I took ready seedlings from there. The gardening store that we have in the village nearby, called Zahara, is having excellent seedlings, and as you can see, they are doing amazing. They need only a little bit of cleanup and some luck, meaning I hope no cat will roll into them. Tasty water, tasty, dirty water. When you have fresh, crystal clear water in a bowl, the dirty mud puddle is still preferred if you are a cat. Yeah? The best water is the dirty water. So last few things, little bit of weeds on the second type of lettuce. Over here we have some radishes, and over here they're very tiny. I will get a zoom on that. Very tiny sprouts of dill, and then second patch of radishes. I think those are two different types. So over here I put the classic ones, I think, again because I didn't put the description on what am I putting in here. I'm not sure. But I think that over there we have radishes that have 3 different colors of bulbs, I guess you would say. Let me show you. So those are the sprouts of dill. Not very impressive as of yet, but they will get bigger eventually. Alright, so one last thing before we wrap it up is to grab a little bit of lemons from the tree. We need them for cooking, for all kinds of dishes and drinks and stuff, right? You know lemons, right? Very versatile. So it is getting dark. The sun, I think, actually already finished getting down. We have the last light left. Beautiful colors. Not sure if you can actually see them on the camera. So let's go grab a few lemons and we are good to go. Alright, we are behind the house. Not the most presentable part, well, behind the house, right? So this is where the lemons grow. They are not the most beautiful either. I'm still trying to figure out the fruit trees, you know, it's only my second year here. So I'm still working on figuring out how it works, what to do, and so on. I will try trimming those trees later today, not today, later this year. So we will trim the trees in April. I consulted that with locals. So we will trim them in April. I will not gather all of the fruits because it can stay on the tree quite a bit, based on my experience from last year. The cats are getting zoomies. So let's just gather enough for now that we will need, and the rest can stay. We have at least 2 varieties, at least 2. I'm saying, I am certain that there are 2 different types. It might be more. We have 1, 2, 3 trees, 3 lemon trees, and one is significantly different than two others. So I assume that they are a different variety. So let me show you. So what we have over here is the variety that reminds me of the limoncello lemons. It has thicker skin. So it has a thicker skin. It's kind of more ugly as well, right? And it's quite decent size. It's quite big for, well, the village lemons that we get here. So that's the first variety, and those lemons actually you can eat, wash them very well, peel the skin, and just the white part of the lemon is very good. However stupid it sounds, with some sprinkled salt as a snack with wine. Alright, let me show you the second type. This is the second variety. We are still behind the house. They do not have so much light over here. That's why they are, I guess, they are not growing so beautiful as the orange trees, for example, which have significantly more light. So let me show you the lemon from this tree and how they are different compared to the first one. I guess this one looks ready. Come on. Alright, here we are. So you can see that the bigger one has more textured skin, and the smaller one from the second tree is actually, can you see it? Is actually smoother and smaller. Yeah. They are both delicious though. The smaller one smells better though. Alright, let's get a few more, and that's it. Okay, so here you can see the biggest one I could find. It's, I guess, the size of a baseball ball. I guess. Never had a baseball ball in my hand. But yeah, it is not as beautiful, okay, partially because I'm not a very good fruit gardener. Still learning.